Hello everybody, it's Catherine and it's Monday the 30th of November and I'm doing hashtag thankful 2020. Now this is something that is hosted by Jovi from Creating with Jovi, and I said I think she does one every week or every so many weeks where she does a collage and gives you some prompts and things. Anyway, I got time to do it because we're all ready for a December daily tomorrow, and yeah, I thought I'd do this collage, and it's things that I'm grateful for 2020. Now we all know 2020 has not been the best of years, it's been a difficult year, but you still have things, you know, even if you're having a terrible time and you really have to dig deep to come up with things, there's always things to be grateful for. And especially in the, you know, in the Western world, we have all these creature comforts that many people, you know, in developing countries don't have. So my collage is based on where I live. I feel very grateful that we live by the sea. We live on the northeast coast of England, and we can't see the sea from where we live. You know, it's a 5 or 10 minute drive and half an hour walk at a fast pace with Nelson pulling you along. But very, very grateful because we're lucky that we've got beautiful countryside around us, and we've also got the sea. And I think that I'm more appreciative of it this year because we've had to spend so much time. Well, David and I have not been anywhere really outside of, you know, this small radius since February. So yeah, you learn to be thankful for that. So I'm going to do some collage. What I've already done is I wanted a colour scheme to represent where I live, so I've ripped some colours that I wanted out of National Geographic, and I'm just going to start laying them down. Also, what I've done is I've done a little a flip through thing of waterfall thing that I'm going to attach with some ribbon or whatever, I think, of other things to be especially grateful for. So this is really in honour of the beautiful area that we're fortunate enough for David and I to live in. So I'm just laying down. So we've got a bit of grass, and then we're going to go on to the beach. I think we'll have a bit of beach in there as well. And I found this National Geographic paper is not easy to rip. Not easy to rip by any means, and then I'd forgotten I'd punched some holes out for my son, and then forgotten that this paper doesn't like going in the punch. You've got to put some card or something in with it. So yeah, I've just had to poke out my my round punch, because it jammed all up with this paper in as well. It's really shiny, but it's great. National Geographic's good for getting some colour scheme as you want. Right, now we're on to beach then, and of course the beach is all different colours, isn't it, really? No 2 days are the same because it's tidal where we are. I was reading a thing yesterday. I didn't realise that there are no tides in the Caribbean. It's not tidal at all. I didn't know that, didn't realise that. So I think that's quite an interesting thing to note. But yeah, the sand looks very different every day because of the tides, and so you can get all sorts of different, you know, variations, and also you can find different things, can't you? You know, it's a bit more there. I've got a bit of sea coming in. not that far. I mean, we're not that far away from Whitby, and it's about 30 miles away, the Whitby, going up the coast, and that is an area that's renowned for jet being washed up on the beach there. Yeah, so it's there are a lot of jewellers and things there, you know, because they make jet jewellery from things that are found on the beach. Now, if that's sea, it wants to be a bit up that way, doesn't it? So we're enjoying this. I love doing collage. It's just something I really... I'm going to rip it a bit because I want this little bit of white edging. I mean, I know normally we don't want it showing when we're doing stuff, but I think it's sort of going to give me the effect of it being, you know, it's in lead, you know, it's like lead look. I'm going to put that there. What else we got that looks a bit like beach? It's nice. That is nice. We'll have that. So, hope you're all doing well. We've had a few days off filming, which has made a nice change. Ready for the December dailies, and although we did. You know, we did a little quick view of this craft room while it was tidy, because it's not going to be tidy for long once I start doing December dailies. And yeah, just want a bit of a thicker piece there, I think. I'll have a bit of that. And yeah, and speaking of Jovi, who's hosting this hashtag Thankful 2020. She's one of the lovely ladies that's agreed to do a 3-prompt video for one of the December pages, and I give her 3 prompts, and she's going to give us 3 prompts. Don't want that bit of red really. It'd look like people have dumped rubbish, won't it? I don't want that. They're really good now. Down on the beach, they've got these big bins for people to collect plastic and put it in. You know, and if they see any plastic on the beach or out and about, they can put them in these collection bins, which I think's great, because obviously it's not kind to wildlife, is it? Plastic. Right, so that is going to be my beach. No, don't want that. I might have a thin slither of that. Yeah. So that's nice. We're just going to arrange a date, and then Jovi and I can do a video each. I've got in touch with quite a few people. Unfortunately, there's quite a lot that have already planned all their videos out, so they're not able to. I'm just waiting to hear back from a couple more, and there we go. Right then, so that's our beach. Beautiful. We're going to have some sea now. And as if by magic, I've got this lovely, look at that lovely sea that I got out of National Geographic. I'm not sponsored by National Geographic. We just had some left over. I used to buy it for my eldest son, because he was he's into photography, and he was doing archaeology and stuff at A level, so it was a good resource. Okay, I think I'll have that there. There we go. Get the idea, don't you? A bit darker there. This would actually be lovely then to stitch over the top in the colours. Oh, well that can go there now, it's ripped. Now, let's have a look. Got a little bit of a really dark. As we get further out, it gets more of a darker colour because it's deeper. And then what I want then is to do, it's a bit difficult because you've got the, as you look across the horizon, you've got the sea leading into the sky. So I've got some different blue, much lighter blue. That's going to be the sky. Might have to do these in little bits. Put that at that side. So I hope you all have had a decent weekend. Hope you you've got all your bits and bobs together, because we're starting December dailies tomorrow. That's exciting. And it was nice actually to give everywhere a good sort out. You know, I sorted through all sorts of craft supplies that I thought, no, I'm going to be ruthless and let's get rid of them. So we've got space for stuff. Right, so let's have another look. What else have we got that's a pale blue sky? That can go there. You rip it, it never goes where you want, does it? Look, it's getting stuck to me now. Let's tear this out. I thought I'd get myself a new glue book because I think you were fed up of looking at all them old adverts. And a bit more light blue there. Starting to stick to my hand now. That piece can go in there. I thought about doing it in all little squares, which I might have a go at someday, but I just thought that it'd take too long with us filming it. So easier to do it in larger pieces, I think. Right, is that all the light blue bits of sky used up now? I see that's a bit more sea looking. Could have it's a lot of grainy texture on it. It's more sea than sky looking, I think, really. No, I think we will manage at that, because they can have bits of clouds, don't you? Now, I've cut out my sun in a fashion. Oh crikey, These are the ones that I got all stuck inside. I'm getting glue on the side I don't want glue on. We'll have it here. Glue always plays up when you're filming as well, doesn't it? Right, now I could do with some little starbursts coming out, but I don't think I've got the right sort of colour for that. I might have to think about that. I might have to paint that in. Can we do it with this? No, because it's sticking to me. No, we'll leave it at that for now, because I want to do something else with that. I'm wondering if, I know, I'll have to ferret about in here, because I'm sure there's a Sharpie somewhere in here. Got to be careful though that I don't do it. I don't think that's going to work, is it? Bit of yellow. I've got an orange Sharpie. Where's the yellow stuff gone? There'll be every colour but what we need. A gold pen as well. Yes, a gold pen. So it looks like more like something's landing at sea than the sun. Apollo 1. Oh dear. You can tell art's not my finest point, can't you? That's the sun. That is the sun, girls and boys. There we go. Bit more along there. But as I was saying, this would be fabulous with some stitch on it. Might even do that. It's not me, is it, if I don't have a bit of stitch on. There we go. Okay, now I wonder if we can get a tree. No, I might make a mess of it, start wanting to grow trees. Right, okay, so where is my thing here? And this is what I'm going to clip on. So what I've done here is I've printed out a few bits on my phone memo, and it's a waterfall, so I've put things that I'm really grateful for. So I'm grateful for family. Family's been a big thing this year, and it's been difficult because we've not seen. Briefly saw my youngest son when he drove up because he passed his driving test, and so we briefly saw him when we were in a lockdown. But I've not seen my oldest son, and I've not seen my stepsons. We've not seen our grandchildren. To David's eldest son since February. I've not seen my sister. You know, all my family don't live nearby, so we haven't seen anybody. So, but I'm grateful I'm grateful for that. And also I put on here a picture of my dad, because my dad is 84, and I'm grateful. I've lost my mum, but I'm grateful that at 84 my dad is still here and he's keeping well. Well, touch wood. He's down in London, not far from my sister, and so obviously it was quite worrying because it was really rife in London when it first started, but managed to keep himself safe. My sister's kept him behaving, and yes, I hope won't be able to see him. I hope to see him in the, as we get into next spring. I've put down food and shelter now. That at one time that might not have been something that we put down, but because we've been on shielding, in the first lockdown we were on shielding, so David and I could not leave this vicinity for 4 whole months, and one little walk round the block with the dog, and that was it for 4 months. And it's a good job we get on, isn't it? We didn't kill each other, but we had we've got a safe warm bungalow, and I'm grateful that we had a bit of back garden, so we were in some high-rise flat where we couldn't get out at all. So and I think we take that for granted. And also food, so we weren't allowed to do any shopping with not having a family living nearby, so I'm grateful we were able to get online orders of food, and very grateful for that. Normally you just go to the shops and think nothing of it. I found this for faith, really. I put this down to represent faith and well-being, and I do a lot of meditation and wellness and thankfulness, really. So that's what, thankful for what, keeping healthy. And then of course I had to put Nelson in. I mean, they're not the clearest of photos on this phone memo, but of course I'm very grateful for Nelson. And then there's just a photo of me and David, so I'm very grateful to have David. And all those things are very important. And we might not be able to go far, but we have a lot to be grateful for. I also want to add on here, which is the other thing I want to add on, is the NHS. A big shout out. I worked as a nurse for 40 years, not always with the health service, but worked for 40 years in healthcare, and we're very fortunate in the UK to have the National Health Service, which has kept us going through all this year and the pandemic. And the NHS is free at the point of delivery. And I think that's something that we should shout from the rooftops, because I know you guys that have to have horrendous, in Europe and America, wherever, Australia, you have to have horrendous, what's the word I'm thinking of? Insurance. Horrendous insurance to be able to access, and some of it is probably too expensive to access. So I'm just going to put, what have I got? It's a bit like the sea. Oh no, tell you what, we've got the sun there. Shall we have a bit of stars? Who says it has to be authentic, this? Oh no, it's not big enough, I don't think. Let's see. Yes, I think we might just do it there, look. We might just do it. Let's get them stars out. So, there we have it. There we go. I'll go and probably do, I know, we'll have a little birdie. Little seagulls, as we get thousands of blinking seagulls. Oh, thousands and thousands of seagulls here. Yes, so I've enjoyed that. It's a bit of fun. I'll have to think what I'm going to do with that sunshine. It's not quite giving me what I want, is it? Yeah, I'll think about that. Might find something else to stick on to give it some bits of rays. So that's my collage for today. It's probably not the prettiest of collages, but I'm grateful that where we live in Scarborough in the northeast of England, that we've got beautiful countryside around us, we've got the wonderful beach, we've got the sea, we've got the sky and looking out, and yeah, and then on here I've got my rainbow of everything I've discussed that I am grateful for. So that's my little bit for hashtag grateful 2020. Thankful, sorry, not grateful, thankful 2020. So just before we go, I need to draw out, it's our last slow stitch square for that project. So let's just pick out 2. These others I'm going to throw away because we're going to put the Christmas things in. So let me just, what we've got so far. So please, anybody that's not put their 3 prompts down for our December dailies, please do so down below, because we still need a few more to go in the jar. We've got 12, and that's including some David and I have put in. Anyway, what we got for our square? Extra running stitch and dark green. I don't quite know what I thought about when I said extra running stitch. I don't know why, as if we put running stitch in and then put a few extras in. Yeah, okay. I think I lost the plot with that one, but never mind. Extra running stitch. There must have been a running stitch in there, and then if you'd have got that as extra. So loads and loads of running stitch girls on your last square. Okay, right, throw those away. We'll put that down below, that it's running stitch and dark green. Now, tomorrow's, because what I've decided is, that's it, I've got one, I'm not looking. What I've decided is that we will draw out the day before. So for tomorrow, these are going to be our 3 prompts. It just gives us a day just to get a few bits and bobs together, and mainly for us as well, because I've got to video it. So to a certain extent, I've got to have a bit of an idea what I'm doing, because you know, we are going to try and do this every day up until the, you know, the 25th, but they're going to be short videos, guys, so, you know, I've got to be able to plan it beforehand. We'll see how we go, because it is, as I said before, it's a lot of hard work for us, but fun, hopefully fun, so please join in and participate. Okay, so this is Lynn Owers, and Lynn has put cluster, metallic thread and altered paper clips. So cluster, metallic thread, altered paper clips, and that is for the 1st. Now I'm going to write the 1st of the December, so I can keep track of what we're doing. Oh, great. So yeah, I think Lynn's put a few ideas in. So yeah, keep them rolling, even if you've put some in already, just, you know, keep them rolling in. It adds to the fun. Okay then, we'll put that down below. So it's the pics for the square slow stitch project. Obviously, with it being the 1st tomorrow, I'm not going to be sewing it on camera like normal, like I've been doing for 8 weeks. And cluster, metallic threads and altered paper clips. Thank you, Lynn. Okay then, lovelies, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to go out and check hashtag thankful 2020, because you'll see all the other ladies that are participating, and I'm sure you're all been over and seen Creating with Jovi, because she's part of our community here and often leaves a comment, but if you're not subscribed to her, go over and subscribe. Right, thank you very much. So see you tomorrow. Bye.